a lot closer and it's a lot easier than what we are looking for. I think the relation with the planets is essential for that, to find everything about the sun. I mean everything, because the theory, as you can see on my website, is only the basic. It's the same like the theory from Newton. Newton had the gravitation theory, and from that theory you can find tens of other theories. And with the sunspot theory, it's the same. It's the basic theory, just like Newton, and from that theory on, you can find tens of other theories. And I need, like I stated before, the help of mathematicians to crack the codes further. And, well, if there are mathematicians interested in it, I would say go for it.
Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you, Patrick. And for everyone, all these details are available on Patrick's website at howtosurvive2012.com. Groundrod, do you have a question for Patrick?
Patrick, as the 0 hour approaches, is there anything within your model or study of the ancient past that suggests the rate of time itself is changed by this process?
The rate of time, no, I don't think that has changed. For me, it has changed because the older I am, the faster the time looks to go. So I've read that if you are young and you can absorb more pictures in a second than when you are older. So it looks that the times goes slower when you are young. And the older you are, then it goes faster. And with the 0 date nearing, it goes even faster and faster for me.
You sound very much young at heart, Patrick, so probably all that orange juice that you drink. So, okay, Diane, you have a follow-up question for Patrick?
Yeah.
Yes, I do. Patrick, have you looked into other reasons for the sun's behaviour, including a theory from Russian physicists, and where they're saying that we're moving through a more energetic area of space that's exciting our sun and the planets in the solar system, or the theories where our sun is part of binary start and that the return of binary partner every 3,600 years is causing gravitational pull onto our sun and other planets in our solar system?
Yeah, this theory could make sense, but because of all the complexities that I have with the theory that I found in the Dresden Codex, I can't tell anything logic about it. I wanted to find in the labyrinth in Egypt. You can find the link from that on my website. In Egypt, there is a huge labyrinth from 3,000 rooms, where all the calculations leading to 2012 could be found. Now, we were excavating that labyrinth until the summer of 2009, and then Dr. Zahi Hawass, the famous guy from National Geographic, with his hat on, he stopped the excavation of the labyrinth because of the relation with 2012. And because of this reason, I can't find what the Egyptians knew about all the things and the happenings from 2012. So I only have the sunspot theory, and I lost because of the reason that they shut down the excavations, the very highly important things that I hope to find in the labyrinth. I wrote in my book, The World Cataclysm, not only in that one, but also in the Orion Prophecy, that in that labyrinth that was described by Herodotus 2,500 years ago. Herodotus visited Egypt, and he wrote about the pyramids. Well, they are nice, the pyramids, but he said, I'm walking now during hours and hours through the labyrinth, and this is the most fantastic building I ever seen in my life before. So after reading this, I started my quest for the labyrinth, because I read somewhere else from a Frenchman that translated a story from the Temple of Dendera, that all the questions related to the theories about 2012 could be found in a room that he called the Circle of Gold. And there, in a very large room, completely covered or sheeted with gold, the calculations leading to the events from 2012 were to be found there. Unfortunately, as I said before, our excavations were stopped 1.5 years ago, and I don't think we will get ever the chance again to restart these excavations. We have to see. I hope Sahiawas will be thrown out of his office. They are demanding his resignation at the moment, but because he was family from Mubarak. So I hope it's still that we can still find that golden room, and then we can say what the Egyptians and the Maya knew about all the astronomical things that are related to the sunspot cycle and the other things.
Thank you, Patrick. The reason we asked that question was, binary star systems are acknowledged as the most common form of solar systems in the galaxy. There is a lot of evidence, and if you look at your actual calculations themselves, you calculated the bit cycle from the cataclysm between 29,808 BC and 21,312 BC, and that was only 8,496 years, whereas this current one from 9,792 BC to 2012 will be 11,804 years. So the big difference would maybe indicate there must be some sort of other gravitational body pulling that to change the actual interval.
Yeah, I still haven't found what the crucial thing is to calculate the big sunspot cycle. So what I have found is that there is a cycle from solar activity every around 3,800 years. So, but that can be hundreds of years lower or larger. And it has something to do with that, but there can be other things. So I don't know. So that's what I am so frustrated that they stopped the excavations at the labyrinth in Egypt, because I was very sure to find there most of the answers that we are demanding.
Yeah, we're very frustrated too. I wish you had the time to look at that, but we're running out of time, I guess. Chuck, you have a question for Patrick?
Yes, sir. This is from Cliff. Given the now revealed nature of the plasma streams that dominate the solar surface movement, as well as participating in electrical distribution through the sun, does he consider it to be likely that the equatorial pool of the planets in their orbit continue to contribute flow instability to the sun and flow, polarity-wise, reversals as a result of planetary alignments, i.e., when we have oppositions of the gas giants or large cross or dagger alignments? If so, do you think it's worth the effort to plot planetary positions relative to the Earth and Sun in 2012?
Yes, that is a very, very good question. So I am sure, because of the relationship in the Dresden Codex, that the events from 2012 are related to the movement of the planets. Why am I so sure? Because the 1st of August had a planetary alignment. There were 6 planets involved. I don't remember what kind of, and they were just 3 on one side and 3 on the other side aligned, and that was the 1st of August. And then we had that big outburst of activity with related to the magnetic field of the sun. So that was one relationship that pinned it down. And I am looking for things for 2012, but still not found. The only thing that I have found is that Jupiter is behind the Earth, and that the barycenter of the Sun is looking to the Earth at the end of 2012. And the barycenter, that means if you have a hammer, the center of the mass is more to the metal than the middle. So at the end of 2012, the planets are pulling at the gravitation of the Sun, and the barycenter of the Sun is outside the Sun and looking to the Earth at the end of 2012, and that is very important because that is related. If you have then a huge solar outburst, then everything goes directly to the Earth. And that is what the ancients knew, and that is what we have to look for.
Thank you, Patrick. Neo, you have a question.
Yes, thank you, Jules. This is from Cliff. In your opinion, is it all solar cycles essentially the same in their behavior? That is to say that the previous cycle to this one produced effects from the human viewpoint that will be identical to what we can expect in 2012? Or is there potential for variability in severity? If so, where do you think the 2012 event will rate in the catastrophic scale?
Yeah, of course, we can see on the solar cycles, if you study the solar cycles from the last hundreds of years, you have low solar cycles and you have huge solar cycles. And the last one, solar cycle 23, was not that high, but I think at the end of 2004, there was a huge outburst of activity that just missed the Earth. If that activity had reached the Earth and hit us, then all the electric grid system from the whole world would have completely destroyed. So we escaped at that moment, and but we won't escape next year. It's a question. I don't know what will happen in October. Will this be a huge outburst? I don't know. We have to watch. Will it be March next year? It could be. No cycle is the same, and there is a huge variability. And I hope in the future that if we can restart civilization, that our descendants have very good mathematicians to crack the codes further, so that we can calculate what is going to happen in the future. But saying this, we need to know that we can't restart a civilization like we have today, because a Carrington effect happens, well, if that happens every, let us say, 150 years, and we have a huge civilization based on electricity and computers,